Greetings and salutations, my beautiful people. Welcome to the Freggerz show. And today I'm going to be reviewing the McFarlane Toys Peacemaker the Series Peacemaker Deluxe Theatrical Edition figure. So without further ado, let's get into it. Starting with the box, it is a bit different to your average McFarlane box, this being a deluxe theatrical edition, so you get this very nice yellow and black colour scheme, which I'm very fond of. Moving on to the back, you get this sort of vintage style artwork, which I also very much like. There's also a naughty word on the back, so I'll have to blur that out. Overall, a very nice box. For those who don't know, this figure is based off of John Cena's appearance as Peacemaker in the Peacemaker TV series, which was one of the first projects of James Gunn's DC Universe and one of the last projects of Zack Snyder's DC Universe. This series is loved for its comedy, wit, and characters. The series stars John Cena as Peacemaker, Freddie Stroma as Vigilante, and Jennifer Holland as Emilia Harcourt. The second season of the series just released this year. Anyway, time to move on with the video. Going into the figure's articulation, it has very standard movement for a McFarlane figure, so I'm just going to touch over the key points. The head is bearable with some standard movement. The arms have some regular movement as well, with the only two things that I think being worth mentioning is that you can get off a pretty good T-pose and that the wrists were very tight at first, but the more that you mess around and move them and do some 360s, they will get looser. Moving on to the torso, and this is the only part of the figure's articulation that I really have trouble with. Todd McFarlane, what were you thinking with this joint? It's really weird, and I know that most of this figure is a remold of McFarlane's other Peacemaker figure from a few years ago, but why did they keep this part? There is like a ball joint in it, I think, that allows for a little bit of wiggle, but this is just weird. Finally, moving down to the legs, again just very standard articulation all around, but just like with the wrists, I noticed that the ankles were very tight here, but just like with the wrists, this is an easy fix because the more that you move them around, they will get looser. Moving on to the accessories. First up we have the stand, which has that new DC logo on it, and it's very self-explanatory. It just helps the figure stand with that little peg on there. Next up we have the trading card, which I'm pretty sure nobody trades. Todd stopped calling them that. So you have that same artwork from the back of the box, and then on the back there's a little data file on Peacemaker. Next up we have one of the included extra helmets. This is because that's where Peacemaker gets his powers from. This is just his plain regular one, which I'm pretty sure is only to conceal his identity, and I'm pretty sure it's bulletproof. For anyone who is wondering, the helmet that comes on the figure out of the box is the Sonic Boom helmet. The process of taking off the helmets is quite easy. You just kind of pull and tug and move it around until it just kind of pops off. And then you get this horrifying image of John Cena with a strange stub on his head. This is really weird.
Rah! And his name is John Cena!
Anywho, the process of putting on the helmet is just really a reverse process of taking it off. I find that the Sonic Boom helmet is slightly easier to put on than the others, and as you can see, I'm kind of struggling with putting it on. You just kind of push it around and try to get it over that small horn. But it does end up looking quite nice. The third and final helmet is this one, which I find to be quite strange because I couldn't find any direct matches for it in the TV series. It's a bit similar to the X-Ray Vision helmet, but that one has black lines and a center line down the middle. This one has green lines, but it does look quite like the X-Ray Vision helmet. So I guess we'll just call this one a McFarlane Toys original. It does look good though. And this is how it looks on the figure. Next up we have an alternate head sculpt, this being an unmasked, smiling John Cena head sculpt, which has a fair enough resemblance to the actor. And I do suppose this one looks a bit more like
John Cena!
All jokes aside, it does look good on the figure. Next up we have Peacemaker's iconic Desert Eagle pistol, and this is one of my favourite accessories for this figure because if you look at the handle, you can see a very nicely sculpted Dove of Peace on both sides. And as we know from most of Season 1, Peacemaker wouldn't use a weapon unless it had the Dove of Peace on it.
Maybe that wouldn't have happened if you put a Dove of Peace on the sniper rifle. One of the most important things about killing someone to me is a Dove of Peace on the weapon.
And this is how the pistol looks with the figure. Also a great addition to the figure is the actual working holster on the side. You just take your pistol and slide it in there. Now it is worth noting that when mine came, I wasn't really able to fit it in very well, but if you just get like a small tool or something and kind of do some little circles in there, it will loosen up a bit, and you will be able to fit it in just like this. And this is how it looks with the figure. Our final accessory is Eagly, and this is where 99% of my problems with this figure start. McFarlane decided to reuse a mold of an eagle that came with one of their Superman figures, and with that figure I have no problem with the eagle mold. In fact, when you look at the comic book cover the eagle and Superman figure are based off of, it is, dare I say, accurate sizing. But in the Peacemaker series, Eagly is large. He is so large in fact that he can hug Peacemaker.
Please, God. Don't do anything you want. Just please. Please. Keep Eagly alive. Buddy? You know you're so happy to see me today, wrap his wings around me and hug me.
An eagle hugged you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I call on that.
You don't want to believe in miracles, that's on you.
This figure is minuscule. It is also extremely fragile due to its tiny size. I've decided I'm going to get an eagle figurine made by the German company Schleich. I had loads of Schleich dinosaurs and animals growing up, and they're all still in pristine condition. They're made out of a durable material and made to last. They are also much larger than this. I would rather have an eagly that's slightly too big than an eagly that's way too small. So that's what I'm going to do to get around this issue that was caused by laziness from McFarlane Toys. Anyway, this is how it looks with the figure. Now without further ado, it's time for the posing.
Make a move extreme. Shortcut to your dream. Upload straight to the stars on that flying thing. Spread your world apart. Once the magic starts. Do you really wanna taste it? What's going on must come down. Do you really wanna taste it? Baby, you're losing ground. You soon become the mirror lights the whole world. Losing ground. You soon become the mirror lights the whole world. What's wrong with you? Dancing with the blinkers on. For your door, the invisible bone.
So yeah, that was it. That was my review of the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Peacemaker the Series Peacemaker Deluxe Theatrical Edition figure. And besides one or two issues, I am pleased with this release. So I'm going to get my problems out of the way first. First off is the sorry excuse for an ab crunch because there wasn't one in the first place. This is one of the parts of McFarlane's original Peacemaker figure that I don't think should have been carried over to the new one. And then there's Eagly, and you already know my thoughts on him. Overall, do I recommend this figure if you are a fan of the series? Yes. The price tag is a bit hefty and the issues are glaring, but the figure itself, accurate to the series, looks great on display. It is nice. So yeah, that's my final verdict, and until next time, bye for now. I subscribe.